Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the American Dream. Now, the American Dream that they've been trying to sell you over the years is that you to buy your own home. Okay, um, now that's not necessarily your dream. That tends to be more of your banker's dream. Your American dream should be to become self-employed, to own your own business. Okay, for a simple reason that if you are self-employed and you're fairly successful, not only will you be able to buy a home, you'll be able to buy multiple homes. Okay? If you buy a home through the bank, right? Usually you'll take out, let's say you take out a 30-year mortgage. If the house, if the price of the house is 100,000 and you take a 30-year mortgage, by the time you finish paying it back, you will have paid back 300,000. Okay, so basically your bank is getting richer. You basically you've handed over 200,000, an extra $200,000 over to the bank. A better plan that I would typically recommend to people is that in the in the first 10 years, you want to basically live in a small cheap apartment. Okay, save as much money as you can. Drive the cheapest car that you could possibly drive that works. Okay, and during the course of 10 years, you will be able to save up enough money so that you can buy a house outright, and you'll also have some money to invest in a new business. Okay, but you have to have a plan. Okay, you can't just haphazardly move through life. Just letting stuff happen. You have to have a plan. As far as why you're working, what jobs you want to work, for what skills you want to develop, and then what you're going to do with those skills. Okay, and the best way to get anywhere is to be self-employed. And the fact is that if you are working for somebody else, the purpose of you working is so that they can make money. And I'm telling it to you guys as somebody who has been on both sides. I've been an employee and I've been an employer. Okay, as an employee in my early years, my goal was to basically use the employer to gain as much, knowledge and skills out of them, so that I could later on, use those to become self-employed. Okay, so in a sense, the employer was using me for my cheap labor. Okay, but I at the same time was using the employer to gain skills that I would later, use for my own interests, to become self-employed. Okay, now as the employer, okay, here's the reality of it. Nobody goes into business so that their employees can make money. Okay, everybody goes into business so that they can make money. And if you think about it, if you're going to invest in a business, why are you investing in a business? You're doing it so that you can make money. Okay, so anybody that you hire is basically there for the purpose of helping you make money, and you are pretty much going to pay them as little as possible. Now, even if you are a doctor, okay, that hires another doctor, okay, fine, that other doctor may be getting a good deal of money, but you're still going to pay him as little as possible, so that you, as the doctor owner of the business, can make a profit. Okay, so that's the reality of the situation. Doesn't matter, whether you're a lawyer, you're an accountant, you're a doctor. If you are working for somebody else, you're always going to be working at a discount. Okay, and the difference is basically their profit. Okay, so you want to get out of that situation. You want to, as quickly as possible, you want to develop the skills so that you can go from being an employee to an employer. Or not necessarily an employer, but to being self-employed. And if it's to your benefit to hire people, so be it. I've, like I said, there's plenty of times where I've had numerous different businesses over the years. In some businesses, I have had employees work for me, but there's other businesses where I didn't have employees. I was either able to run it by myself, or I was able to hire subcontractors. Okay. In fact, with subcontractors, many times I help them actually set up their own corporations, I actually help them go from being an employee to becoming an employer. And again, of course, everything was for my own interest, but it also benefited to them, and in many cases, they were able to continue from that point and have their own successful businesses. Okay. That should be your goal, okay? And if it's too late for you, then I think that this is, this is a goal that you should kind of propose to your kids. Basically they want to, in the first 10, well, obviously, in the early years they're getting education. Once they get to that college level, they're either in college or they're getting some type of technical training, and they want, once they get out of college or out of technical school, they should basically pick jobs that will lead them in that eventually in the direction of becoming self-employed. Okay, and then during that time, they should basically save up money for the purposes of being able to start up a business and being able to buy their home. Okay, because renting is, basically, again, the renting makes somebody else rich. At the same time, if you're buying a house on a mortgage, that's making the bank rich. The best thing that you could do is buy your house or your property outright. Okay, save up the money and just pay cash for it. Okay, and it is doable. I've done it. And basically, once you do that, once you get to that point where you own your own home, you own your own business, the rest of your life is kind of like almost like living on retirement, because you're not paying a mortgage, so any money that comes in is pretty much it's pretty much your money. You don't have to pay it to anybody. You don't have a mortgage. As far as your taxes, hey, you're self-employed. We'll do another video on that. So some things for you guys to think about. Okay, I'll talk to you guys next time.